Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. Today I have an article from Seeking Alpha talking about how silver falls to oversold territory. It goes over the volatility compared to gold, why it's underperforming to the yellow metal, and also how it is bullish still on the long-term chart. It's a very detailed and informational article. I definitely think you guys will enjoy it. The link will be in the description, but with that said, let's jump into it. So, the price of silver hit a high in early September when the precious metal traded to a peak of $19.54 on the continuous futures contract and $19.75 on December futures. Since then, the price of silver corrected. Last week, silver fell to another new short-term low at $16.61 per ounce. Now, I did mention when silver was in that $19.50 range, there was probably going to be a correction happening, and not to be alarmed when this happens. A lot of people are new into the markets and aren't really familiar with this happening, and they wonder what's going on, why is this happening. I thought silver was going to keep going up, but actually it's healthy for markets to have corrections, to have some sell-offs and dips. It just means that when silver was that high, people were capitalizing, taking some profits, the people that probably bought around $15 and cashed out, which is perfectly normal. It's healthy for a market to do this. It has to go up and down. You never want to see a market just keep going up. That's a huge red light indicator. There will be a huge crash happening. And in the meantime, that allows silver to gain some more momentum. It allows you yourself to buy silver for cheaper one last time and also gain some nice support lines. But anyways, so far in 2019, silver has traded in a range between $14.24 and $19.54 on the nearby COMEX futures contract. At around $16.90 at the end of last week, the price of the metal was at midpoint of the year. Silver experienced a 50% retracement of the move higher during the current price correction. On the short-term chart, silver has declined into oversold territory. On the long-term quarterly chart, the price action remains bullish, with silver trading under $17 per ounce. The odds that the precious metal is near short-term bottom are rising, which means it's closing in that this is the bottom, or near the bottom of silver's price, and it's going to start going upwards from there. The most direct route for a risk or investment position in around the world. The COMEX division in the CME provides highly liquid futures and futures option contracts on the precious metal. For those who do not wish to hold actual silver or venture into the futures arena, the Velocity shares 3x long silver ETN product USLV and its bearish counterpart the DSLV allow market participants to take leverage risk position in the silver market via standard equity accounts. Now, 99% of people that invest into precious metals are on the digital side of it, the ETF side of it, which stands for exchange traded funds. Most people don't hold the physical bullion like you and I. I know a lot of you guys do invest into the physical precious metal. I'm sure I do have a lot of there's some people out there that only invest into the ETF side of it. There's advantages and disadvantages to both of them. I always go by the saying, if you can't hold it, you don't own it, but that obviously goes against that goes with my morals and my goals and the reasons that I'm stacking for myself. But everyone has different buying time frames, has different exit strategies, different selling time frames, different financial situations. So it really does depend on the individual. I'm not going to go into the pros and cons too deep in this video because we're talking about silver in this for this instance. We're not talking about why or what you should be investing into on that part. But anyways, let's go into the next part of the article. So silver is more volatile than gold. Silver is a volatile metal that attracts a lot of speculative interest when the price begins to trend. Silver often moves far more than gold on a percentage basis, which is true, and I've been talking about this a lot lately. I really want silver to be able to move on its own without being as speculative as it really is. A single tweet from President Trump could shoot prices flying either direction, either good or bad, and I hate how speculative it's becoming. Silver has so much fundamental and foundational value that I feel like there should be a type of barrier against, I guess, let's say, risk or rumors or lies or myths that are thrown at the silver market. I wish that there was some type of barrier that it could stand its ground and move naturally regardless of what or who is saying something about this market. But anyways, the monthly chart highlights the Historical volatility in the gold futures market stood at 14% at the end of last week. The monthly price variance metric stood at 22% in the silver futures market. Silver offers investors and speculators more opportunity than gold when it comes to short, medium, and long-term risk positions on the long and short side of the market. Silver underperformed the yellow metal during June through September rally. So in June 2019, gold broke out above its technical resistance level at the July 2016 post-Brexit high of $1,377 per ounce. The monthly chart shows that the price of the yellow metal rose to its high price since 2013, when it traded to $1,559 an ounce in early September. Gold moved from its low for this year at $1,266 to the September peak, or 23.2%. Meanwhile, silver never challenged its July 2016 peak at $21 an ounce. However, the nearby silver futures market moved from 2019 low at $14.24 to a peak of $19.54, or 37.2%, over the same period when gold took off on the upside. While silver did not experience the same technical breakout as gold, it still delivered a more substantial percentage gain over the period. During the most recent correction from the high, gold fell to a low of $1,446 on November 12th, a decline of 7.3% from the high. At the same time, silver fell to a low of $16.61 the same day, or 15% above its early September peak. So silver is definitely much more volatile. There's a lot more volatility happening in silver when it's going higher and when it corrects down lower. We see 37% on the upside, 15% on the downside. Gold is only 23% on the upside and 7.3% on the downside. So silver is much more volatile, a lot of fluctuating prices, and this has to do a lot with the speculation, the emotional attachment in these markets. So still looking bullish on the long-term chart. So silver is still looking bullish regardless of everything mentioned in this video. The midpoint in the silver futures market so far in 2019 stands at $16.89 per ounce. The price was marginally above that level at the end of last week. Meanwhile, the long-term picture for the silver market continues to look constructive at just below $17 per ounce level. The quarterly chart illustrates that the price momentum indicator crossed higher in April and is approaching neutral territory at 50.9. Relative strength displays a neutral condition. Even though silver delivered a wider percentage, the price moves up on the downside in 2019. Quarterly historical volatility at under 11% is at its lowest level since 2019 and since way back in 2002. The total number of open long and short positions stood at the 221 to 250 contract level last week. While the metric is not far below its all-time peak, which is just under 243 to 500 contracts, the current level does not indicate that the market is too long or too short at the current price level. The long-term technical picture of the silver market tells us the current period of the price consolidation is healthy and could lead to further gains. Expect a wide trading range in the silver futures arena. Now, this is really where it goes into the meat and potatoes of comparing gold to silver. It even goes over in 2011, the correlating stuff with that. I'm going to highlight some of the main parts in this, and because just to make the video, not too long. But anyways, silver followed gold to the upside from June through September. Even though it did not break out from long-term technical perspective, it continued to display a wider price variance than that of the gold market. Silver will be watching the yellow metal over the coming weeks and months. If gold moves to a higher and moves higher and challenges silver at the $1,600 level, expect silver to also move to a new high. Silver usually does this is a side point. Silver is gold's little brother. Every time gold makes a move, silver follows shortly after. That's a great indicator, a great tool to use if you're trying to see where silver prices are headed. See what gold's doing, and then within the next following weeks or months, silver will usually do the same thing. So the critical technical level in the silver market on the upside stands at the July 2016 high of just over $21 an ounce. A breakout or a break above that level could send a herd of buyers into the silver market, pushing, obviously, that's along with stock market volatility, along with the dollar index, so many different things, U.S.-China trade negotiations, all this new money coming in would drive demand extremely high. Then in 1980, silver hit its all-time peak of $50 an ounce. 2011, the price fell just short of $50 an ounce. So in the last, 30 years, silver's been $50 twice, and that's something that not a lot of people talk about. That's something that you guys need to be aware of, because it's so easily swept under the rug, and people try to see it or showcase it as such a bare asset with no potential, but that's the exact opposite. But anyways, like I said, the link to this article will be in the description. I wasn't able to read all of it. It goes over the USLV and the DSLV for those who do not trade futures. It's a lot of different, very educational and informational stuff for people who just want to check this out. I highly recommend it. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please make sure to smash that like button, subscribe for new, because I do post daily videos. I posted 2 other videos a day, so make sure you guys go check those out as well. The one I'm talking about is the misconceptions behind silver, how it definitely can be manipulated, and I also go a little deeper into that, talking about silver's price and what's going on behind the scenes. I definitely think you guys will enjoy those. Will be in the top left and right hand corner. Anyways, though, thank you guys for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.